Welcome to the Ben Mulroney Show. It is Friday, and we made it to the end of the week, and we were gifted a big, beautiful battle over a big, beautiful bill yesterday. Elon Musk versus Donald Trump, the richest man in the world versus the most powerful man in the world. This was a fight for the ages. It got scrappy, it got messy, it got personal. I mean, and it was all on social media for all of us to watch in real time. So as you know, a couple of days ago, Elon Musk broke from Donald Trump over apparently over the one big, beautiful bill, this big spending bill that is going to help Donald Trump shepherd his vision for America forward. And there's a lot to like in that bill. It's no tax on tips or tax on overtime, things like that. But there's also apparently a lot of what they call pork, where every congressman gets to put their little pet projects in there for their area, the area that they represent, and it's money that unaccountable money that should be excised, given the fact that Donald Trump ran on a policy of finding inefficiencies, finding redundancies, finding waste, trimming that waste, and giving that money back to the taxpayer. And so Elon wasn't happy about that. So he started posting quite rabidly against the one big, beautiful bill. And then things escalated yesterday, because Donald Trump was remarkably quiet during all of this. But eventually things started getting a little nastier, with Elon Musk claiming that Trump would have lost the election without his help. He said, without me, Trump would have lost the election. Dems would control the House and the Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate. Such ingratitude. And Donald Trump was asked, in response to a whole barrage of these tweets, what does he make of Elon Musk lashing out?
Remember, he was here for a long time. You saw a man who was very happy when he stood behind the Oval desk. And even with the black eye, I said, do you want a little makeup? We'll get you a little makeup. But he said, no, I don't think so, which is interesting and very nice. He wants to be who he is, so you could make that statement too, I guess. Look, Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if we're well anymore. I was surprised because you were here. Everybody in this room practically was here as we had a wonderful send-off. He said wonderful things about me. You couldn't have nicer. Said the best things. He's worn the hat. Trump was right about everything. And I am right about the great, big, beautiful bill.
So then Trump goes on to say that this sort of schism happens a lot with people who leave the administration.
I'll tell you, he's not the first. People leave my administration and they love us. And then at some point they miss it so badly. And some of them embrace it and some of them actually become hostile. I don't know what it is. It's sort of Trump derangement syndrome, I guess they call it. But we have it with others, too. They leave and they wake up in the morning and the glamour's gone. The whole world is different and they become hostile. I don't know what it is. Someday you'll write a book about it and you'll let us know.
Yeah, it's nothing to do with me. It has something to do with the people who leave. They must be crazy. But then he floats a theory as to why he thinks, what's really going on here.
And, Elon's upset because we took the EV mandate and, which was a lot of money for electric vehicles. And, they're having a hard time, the electric vehicles, and they want us to pay billions of dollars in subsidy. And, Elon knew this from the beginning. He knew it for a long time ago. That's been in there. That's been, I would say, JD, that hasn't changed. That's been right from the beginning. Mr. Secretary, that hasn't changed at all, right from the beginning. But I know that disturbed him. He wanted, and rightfully, he recommended somebody from that he, I guess, knew very well. I'm sure he respected him, but to run NASA, and I didn't think it was appropriate. And he happened to be a Democrat, like totally Democrat. And I say, look, we won. we get certain privileges, and one of the privileges we don't have to appoint a Democrat.
Well, Elon did not like this one bit, because this is when stuff just went bananas. This is what he tweeted after that. Time to drop the really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT. Now, we'll spend just a second on this because we don't know whether it's true or not. But if there's no way somebody is going to take this and run with it, this is a story that will come out at some point. But the Trump White House responded to that statement, saying this is an unfortunate episode from Elon, who is unhappy with the one big, beautiful bill because it does not include the policies he wanted. The president focused on passing this historic piece of legislation and making our country great again. So there was the threat by Trump to remove all of Elon's subsidies for all of his companies. Elon then, including, by the way, SpaceX. And Elon then threatened, okay, if you're going to do that, I'm just going to decommission all my rockets. And let's see what happens to the space program. And then he called for Trump to be impeached in favor of J.D. Vance. He predicted that Trump's tariffs were causing a recession. He talked about creating a third political party to govern for the 80% of America that exists in the middle. The gloves were coming way off. And typically on days where there's some sort of fight inside the Republican Party, you can trust Scott Jennings of CNN to make sense of it. But I challenge Scott Jennings on just one point, which is that not everything in this bill is required for Donald Trump to enact his vision for America. A lot of what's in that bill, I think, is accurately described by Elon Musk as waste, as pork, as evidence that the swamp is alive and well. And Donald Trump seems to be comfortable with that. So that, to me, is the gist of this. I did like, however, I liked when Elon threatened to just decommission his rockets. Somebody pointed out that would be the end of NASA, that would be the end of the space program, and that would also mean that everyone who's up at the space station, we can't get them back, and that we have no way of bringing that space station back when it's time to bring it safely back to Earth. I should point out also, because this is of importance, if you own Tesla stock, the day ended with the stock being down 14%. It lost $150 billion in value. But there are rumors of a phone call to take place today between Elon and Donald Trump. Trump apparently shot that down, though, saying he has no interest. My goodness, this is better than any reality TV. Thanks so much for watching the show. Now, if you enjoyed what you saw, hit that subscribe button so you never miss another episode of The Ben Mulroney Show.